Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back everybody. Let's take a look again on the cryptocurrencies. So in general, Bitcoin is going with the same tendency that the stock market, Forex market, and mostly on the same background. So we still think that the Bitcoin has tighter relation to stock market rather than to the currencies, and it treats by the investors like the most risky and volatile kind of the stock. So because when some problems appear on the market, the first asset that investors start selling is the Bitcoin. And it's also always happened that investors prefer to sell first most risky and unstable assets, despite that they could give you a significant return in good times. Starting the bad times, they're among the first who are put on the sell-off. Correspondingly, currently, the rally that we have on Bitcoin, yes, it have some specific issues based on regulation. So, as we mentioned last week when the rally has happened, that investors mostly shook off this risk of the tighter regulation. But in fact, if you are following our Telegram channel, not too many time ago, it's probably a couple of days ago, we have put extraction some links to the articles that indicates that actually the regulation is becoming tighter, and this regulation not purely the Bitcoin or crypto market, but also some related authorities. So banks that involved in the cryptocurrency market also have the problems right now. So you could find it in the Telegram. So it's really that shows that nothing stands good as it was announced in the media in the recent few sessions. It's not, in reality, regulation has not become easier, it's become tougher. This first moment. Second moment, we also mentioned this in the Telegram, why we also think that the upside rally on the Bitcoin has a limited potential. Because currently it's becoming evident that mass media is running up and speeding up the background, suggesting that everything is good in the economy is turning to growth, inflation is decreasing. It means that the Fed very soon should start easing the policy, and you have to buy as a stock market, at the stocks, as a Bitcoin, to not be late on getting the good money as easing will start. And in the recent reports on the Forex market, on the gold market, we have shown why it's not so. And based on the statistics, if you'll take a look at the flows of the major mutual funds, stock funds, you will see that the institutional investors are running out of the stocks, selling the stocks, but individual inflows is rising. So it's approximately with the pace around 1.5 billion per week. Households are buying stocks. And it means that the very similar things as it was in any crisis that we saw, starting this big depression, that institutional investors would like to sell the expensive stocks to the public. The market will crash, they will start buying again, while the households will wait for 2-3 times to come on the break-even point. It's very simple. So they need to clear out the space. Big whales are trying to clear out the space, clear out the small fish. And the same destiny is appeared to be for Bitcoin. So once the stock market will turn down, and when everybody will see that Fed absolutely doesn't intend to ease the policy in the nearest time, but the evidence will come too late. And it means that on the Bitcoin, if we take a look at the monthly chart and the weekly chart, we agree that we could get some upward action here. Maybe some pattern will be formed. We will probably could see the testing of the 28 area, 30 area, probably 30 even right there. It's nearest resistance and yearly pivot points. But we do not expect the really fast acceleration. Right, we come to the pivot resistance 1 and breaking of this major trend. So deeper retracement now is possible, but we're not currently, we do not actually reasons to believe that it will be stable and long term. And in the nearest time, we will keep an eye on the same pattern. If you remember, a few weeks ago, we said that the destiny of the Bitcoin will be resolved not at this point, not around 25, but around this point, which is around 20 even. So we are watching currently for this nicely looking head and shoulders market based on recent news, by the way, on some external news has shown this upward spike to complete the 25 area. Now it stands around the neckline. It was nicely looking reversal week to the upside, but at this point we're watching for starting of this action. From the practical point of view, this is necessary to consider position taking. It will be just great gift if market will drop to 20 even, and we could consider taking the long position with some possible upward continuation with this ABCD pattern to the upside. But if we will be wrong, this point gives us ability to place nearest very tight stop. So if we get the loss, this loss will be minimal compared to any other point where you would like to take the position. And we will act based on the clear pattern, which is also a big advantage. That's why we're watching for this consolidation point, or from these lows where the right arm shoulder should appear. And from that standpoint, we're not really have the big interest what will happen on the top. So the performance right around 25 right now, mostly interesting for those who consider taking the scalp short position, maybe with this downward action. Since we are watching mostly for this point, we are not very interested in what's going on right now. But at the same time, if we take a look, you could see that the butterfly 1618 extension that we discussed has been completed. Market hits the oversold. This is good background, sorry, overbought. This is good background for starting possible downward action. And the pattern, the major pattern that we are watching here, we already have shown you last time. This is head and shoulders. The 1618 extension of the shoulder has not been completed, and here chances still exist that maybe market will show some other spike up. There are a few reasons for that. First of all, as I said, extension is not done yet, so this is not the 1618 extension the market stands right now compared to the shoulder. Second, we have here this ABC bottom COP target around 2627, so slightly higher than this extension, so it might be complete for some spike. And finally, if you consider this type of action on the hourly chart, let's take a look, we could get the butterfly. The 127 butterfly stands around 2580, but 1618, it will be around 2640, right there. So appearing of the butterfly could lead to completion of the both targets and complete the extension, and potentially it might be starting point for downward action. Besides, right on top, if you are dealing with butterflies, it might be some kind of the minor head and shoulders. The market will show really the butterfly, because butterfly very often becomes part of the head and shoulders pattern. Since we have a lot of events on the coming week, so this is the Biden speech, Putin speech, we have the price consumer expenditures, personal consumption, consumer expenditures. We have the Fed minutes on Wednesday, multiple speeches from the Fed representatives, so multiple PMI numbers. This will be a really volatile week probably, and I will not be surprised we will get some spikes around this area trying to complete this level. So that being said, if you would like to buy Bitcoin, we suggest that we need to keep an eye on the two moments. Our primary scenario is a drop to the 20 even, where there are potentially the bottom of the right arm on the weekly chart could appear. This is most safe way. Alternatively, we need to get clear signs of the upward breakout. So if, for example, on the weekly chart we'll see direct upward breakout, well, it means that no hand shoulders will happen and market will come to the upside directly. In this case, we should consider some other way for possible position taking. For the bears, you could watch for different patterns using some maybe your own approach, but we would like to warn you that if you intend to take the short position, it would be better initially, at least for the first time, to place stop somewhere above 2640 area, because we do not know whether this butterfly will be completed or not, and this will be a lot of volatility around it. But initially it would be better to place stop a bit higher, maybe watch for some upward continuation for this pattern. Later you could move closer to your position. because you need to get market space to breathe on common really big political and economical events. So volatility might be high, and if you just take position and play stop too close right there, so you could be washed out, although the overall context still be valid. So that's the warning. From that standpoint, it seems that it would be better to try and to take the position as closer to this 26 area as possible. So just save your money and lets you to place tighter stop. So that's what we have currently on the Bitcoin.